So just a little online humor as we head back into another semester that is remote. I think we can substitute in some cases students for parents. It is true that we have a lot of technology to deal with, particularly with online instruction. So I'm just going to go over a couple things, a couple basic areas, because one thing that can happen with online teaching is that the desire to make sure that everybody, particularly people with flexible work schedules, gets all the information means that you can be given an overwhelming amount of information. So one of my functions as a teacher that I try and implement is to disseminate that information in a concentrated way so that your life is a little bit easier. So I'm going to take us back to our class. Here we are, our lovely class, English 101. And I'm just going to go over the homepage and just give you some basic info about what you can look for in terms of finding information in our class. So what we have here is the opening homepage that you're going to get when you click on our class. So everything over here, these are the announcements. I do recommend that you check out this video if you haven't yet, and I will be posting the video I'm currently making in a new welcome announcement for you so that you can see that as you log on. And it looks like some people have. I see some activity. 8 people have visited today. Excellent. Very excited about that. I'll be sending out an email as well, letting you know that all this stuff is going live. Okay, so what we have here is the opening homepage, and the announcements are going to be a place that I update frequently and I give you information on constantly. So the announcements are going to be like a snapshot of the week. Can you figure out what's due and what you need to be doing and where all the materials are on your own without going to the announcements? Yes, but why would you? Think about the announcements as a summary that give you an overview of the things that I think are most important for you to know, as well as links to what's coming up and what's coming due. You can all of the information that I'm going to include in the announcements, if it's a document, if it's an assignment, you can find all that information in the content links. If you click over here, you'll see that we've got our lovely getting started, which is kind of where we are right now, going through and learning about the different parts of the course. That video I showed you before will take you through that. And then we have the rest of the course broken down into units, unit, unit, unit. There's also a section on APA style and some. That's mostly for me. So you can see that these units that are here, if you click on them, they're going to be broken down into different parts. Again, we're in instructor view right now, so you might see a couple things here that you're not going to see if you click on it. But your assignments are in one place, the learning material, so anything that's like instruction or that's the text or something you need to read, that's going to be in here. You can find all of that information there. But as I said before, I'm going to be linking it in the announcements as well. Typically, the way I set up my announcements, especially for online class, is I will include a video, maybe 2, where me personally, am going over things specifically and giving you advice on me as an instructor. That's an important part of critical thinking, to sort of figure out how to best complete the work for your instructor's expectations. I'll be giving you breakdowns of videos that I would really like you to watch. And I post them on the general videos. I post them on YouTube, just so, anybody can see them, but also I can track views. So I'll know if my videos aren't particularly popular. Those videos will go over how to do assignments specifically. And then another thing you can expect in the announcements is a list of things that you need to complete for the week. So assignments with links and resources that will help you complete those assignments. The other helpful things that are here on this opening homepage, so you'll have your announcements, which again give you a snapshot of all the things you need to do for the week and what you'll need in order to complete those tasks. And for your class, I'm going to probably aim to have those up on Mondays. On Mondays, you'll see this sort of weekly snapshot because you are an online class. So the way that your class is going to work is I'm going to give you an overview of all the things and all the resources that can help you, and you have all week to complete your assignments. Pretty easy. When we look here, you can see the Zoom room. Now, we don't have an actual Zoom meeting that's scheduled in this class. You can probably hear my neighbor's dog barking in the background. So that's something else to get used to. One of those fun parts about getting to know each other over the internet. So what I was basically saying was we don't have a specific meeting time where we're going to have class because it is an online class, but I am going to include in the announcement a survey I would like you to fill out. And in that survey, I'm going to ask for some times where you might be available so that I can get a general snapshot of when it might be convenient to be on Zoom for office hours. So a couple hours a week, I am going to be on Zoom, probably 2 on different days to try and accommodate everybody. If you have a schedule that led you to pick online classes because you need flexibility, don't worry about it. You can always email me and we can set up a Zoom one-on-one. Still using this link. This will be the Zoom link. Anytime you want to Zoom at all, this will be the link for our class. I have the link here that you can click, and then if you're going to be calling in or if you're having some issues with technology and you have to call in, you can certainly do that. There's 2 numbers for you to call, 2 options in case one of them's busy, and then you would just enter the meeting ID. So that's a little bit about our Zoom. And like I said, you'll fill out the survey and I will announce some hours that I'll be on Zoom just to answer any questions if you want to hop on during the week. And again, we can schedule personal one-on-ones as well throughout the semester through email. The next thing that I've included here is the calendar. So sometimes people ask me, well, how do I know when stuff is due? It's right here. I'm going to give you the quick breakdown, and I'll put this in the announcement as well. For this class, what I'm going to be doing this semester is every assignment in the course schedule that's listed as an assignment for the week will be due on Sunday, with the exception of the final paper, because that one will need to be due a little bit earlier since the last week courses end on the Saturday. But if you click on the course schedule, which is the fourth little widget down here, you can click on this. It's going to pull up our schedule over here where it says assignments. Anytime you see an assignment like this or like this, anything like that, you can look at the weekly date over here, January 30th. That's the Sunday. This is going to be due on Sunday, January 30th. If you click on it, it will take you to a little explanation of it. And it is also in the calendar. So it will come up and you can see right here, if you click down here, due January 30th at 11:59 p.m. So that information is there. And if you want a quick glance of it, it's also on that home page in the calendar. So if you are the kind of person who likes to write things down, you are more than welcome to write down the calendar. You can click on the actual link. If you don't want to just scroll through the kind of messages like that, and any little date over here that has a dot on it is going to have the assignment down here due at 11:59. So you can check on it that way as well. You can see pretty much Sundays throughout the semester, as I said, with the exception of the final paper, which will be due on a Wednesday. Everything else, even if you have a week, like, let's go back, even if you have a week where 3 things are due, should be an example of that in the course schedule. Just pull that up. Even if you have a week where 3 things are due, they're all going to be due on Sunday. Now, that's going to be where some of your critical thinking and planning needs to come in, because you will probably are going to want to finish the Unit 1 personal essay assignment first and then work on the Unit 2 database exploration assignment. If you have something like this where maybe this might help you to write this, then just think about how you're sort of working those things out, because all of the information is going to be due on Sunday. So if you have 2 things due and one of them helps to, like let's say you have an outline due and then a draft due, you would want to, think about the most logical way of completing that, which would be to do the outline and then the draft. But you have the entire week to pace yourself, which I think is helpful in an online course. Okay. So then the last couple things I want to show you are just, this is how you can contact your instructor. This is the course schedule. And these other widgets are about APA and technology and help with things like that. But the most important ones are going to be the Zoom link so that you can meet me in office hours, and the calendar, which gives you all of your upcoming due dates, because these are all of the graded assignments that you have for the semester. I will remind you of them in the announcements. The only other thing that I wanted to briefly cover in this video is just the late policy, which is new. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to figure out where it is. I know we've moved it around a little bit. I think it's under course information. Yeah. Under course expectations and English department policies. Late work needs to be submitted within 7 days of the original due date and will incur a 10% penalty. After that, you get a 0. So if you don't turn something in on a Sunday, you have that next week to turn it in and get 10% off. After a week expires, you'll get a 0. If something's going on, by all means, please contact me. Stay in touch with me, because if I know that, there's lots of sickness going around, as we know. If I know that you're sick or somebody in your family's sick, we can be a little bit more flexible with this, but I just need to know what's going on. And then the last thing that I will say, I remembered another thing, is submissions to D2L. This little section, there is help here for that. Everything needs to be submitted through D2L. I prefer everything submitted through D2L. If you're having an issue with submitting through D2L, try and figure out a way to go to the student technology resources and get help, because when things are submitted through email, like I get sent Google Doc things through email, they just end up getting lost in the shuffle, and things aren't graded and files are hard, and then I have to upload them for tracking purposes from the Google Docs, and it's a lot of conversion and a big mess. Submit through D2L. If there's some kind of issue going on, email me and we will figure out how to troubleshoot together to get it turned in. But I really want everything to be submitted through D2L so that I have a record of it in the classroom. That's pretty much it for now. I apologize for this video being long. This is a bit of an orientation that gives you some of the most important information that I think you need to know. So next time you hear from me, we'll be getting started with our class.